recording. Today we will take a cognitive, something called cognitive behavior therapy. We will know. Is Raghad a new girl?
Yes.
Hi Raghad.
Hi.
What was your previous school?
The administration should have told you that I had
What?
some problems in my papers because my last school had lost it.
It's okay there. So welcome. Is it your first
Okay.
period with me today?
Yes.
Hi Raghad, my name is Nadatia.
Oh,
I teach psychology.
nice to meet you.
Okay, one period a week. Okay, so do you hear me well? Are you awake?
Yes, miss.
Shall we start? I'll share now the PowerPoint. Cognitive and behavior therapy. Cognitive and behavior therapy. What is cognitive and behavior therapy? Cognitive, as we said, when I feel something, when I know it. Behavior, act, how I act. Okay, what is a cognitive therapy? Cognitive therapy, they say that the goal of cognitive therapy focuses on changing the way people think. So if I have a problem, I have a problem, and then I went to this psychologist. I told him I have this problem. He doesn't solve with me the problem. He solves the way I look at the problem. Okay? Why would you think he will change the way I look at the problem? Grade 12. Why would you think he will let me change the way I look at the problem?
Because maybe changing how you look at it will make you find a solution.
It will make me find a solution better, it will make me understand it better. Or even if I don't find a solution, it will make me cope with this problem in life, how to cope with this. So basic assumptions that cognitive therapies share are the base, there are the faulty cognition, our irrational or uninformed beliefs, expectations and way of thinking. So the cognitive therapy shows me the therapy shows me my irrational يعني it's not rational, not wise, uninformed beliefs, change my expectation and the way of thinking, distort our behavior, our attitude and emotions. To improve our life, we must work to change our pattern of thinking, because when you grow up, when you are a child, your parents and the outer world, they teach you the patterns of thinking. They give you patterns. So you find yourself growing up with patterns of thinking. Yes, when I call my friend and she doesn't reply me in the phone, it means that she doesn't like me anymore. So this is a pattern. When I call my fiance and he doesn't reply me, it means he is busy, he is with another one. This is a pattern. When someone doesn't reply me, he doesn't want to talk to me. He doesn't love me anymore. This is a pattern of thinking. So if my friend does this, she doesn't want to be my friend. If my mom does this, oh, she is busy with her friends and she neglects me. If my partner makes this, he doesn't love me anymore. This is a pattern of thinking. When this action happen, directly I go to this idea. So cognitive therapy teaches you how to change the way you think, how to change those patterns of thinking. So all of the theories follow one or more of three principles: disconfirmation, reconceptualization, and insight. What is disconfirmation? Disconfirmation means that the client is the patient, but not necessarily to be a patient. Maybe he is someone who wants to improve his life. That's why we call him client. Maybe the client may be confronted with evidence that directly contradicts their existing belief. So he goes to the psychiatrist, he says to him that when I call my husband cheats me. Why? He cheats me. He cheats on me. Why? Whenever I call him, he doesn't reply me when he is out. So he doesn't. He tells her what? It doesn't mean. So he disconfirm what she thinks of. He doesn't confirm it. Yes, yes, he cheats on you. No, no, no. He disconfirmed it. He says to her, the psychiatrist, that it is not necessarily that when he doesn't reply you that he has to be cheating on you, or your friend is busy. So he disconfirms the idea in her mind. Reconceptualization, re is to again. Concept is understand of idea, concept, claims. So reconceptualization to reconcept, to again change it. So the client work toward an alternative belief system to explain their experiences or current observation. So I go to the psychiatrist and I work to change my belief system. Okay, so I explain my experiences and current observation, and he tries to help me to change them. And then inside, the client work to understand and derive new or revised beliefs. So he adapts new beliefs. Okay, like what? Examples of irrational thinking. Everything I do must be approved and loved by virtually everybody. I have to satisfy my father, I have to satisfy my mother, I have to satisfy my teacher, I have to satisfy my friends, I have to satisfy the one I love, I do, I must, all of these, this is what, this is the idea, or this is the pattern of thinking of a good girl. Are you with me, grade 12?
Yes, miss.
Okay. This is the pattern of thinking of a good girl. In order to be a good girl, I have to be approved and loved by everyone. So everyone should say that I am the best. I have to be approved and loved. Why would you think this is irrational thinking? Why would you think this is irrational? Irrational is the opposite of rational. It means unwise. Why would you think this is unwise? Should a person be approved and loved by everyone?
No, no.
No.
Because
Why?
you should love yourself. When you love yourself, people will eventually love you.
Yes. And you have to, uh, who said Jana?
Yes, Jenna.
Yes. When you approve yourself, when you accept yourself, you do not wait for others to give you an approval. You do not wait for the when you upload a picture on Instagram, and then you check who saw my picture, how many likes I get. I didn't get enough likes. This one saw my picture and she didn't like it. This is I'm getting approval of the society. I'm getting approval, dislike, the like button. Why? To feel loved, to feel approved. So what will happen to you after you feel loved and feel approved? You will seek for more love. You will seek for more approval, and you'll not get enough. And you are willing to do everything only to get the approval of the person in front of you. Whether your friends, whether your parents, whether your spouse, whether the loved one, they will, in order to make them love you, you will do everything, even if it is opposing your personality. So, number 2 in irrational thinking, I have to be completely competent, totally in control, and successful in everything I do. I have to control it, everything. So a mother, she wakes up in the morning at 6 o'clock, and she starts to cook, and she starts to prepare her children, and then she goes to work, and then she comes back and she cooks and she cleans, and she has to have everything in control. Her house is 100% clean. Her husband is so satisfied. Her children are so clean. she has the control. What if she gets sick one day? What if she can't do it anymore? She is sick for a few days or a couple of weeks. She will definitely, what is going to happen to her? Grade 12. I want you to share with me, please, guys. She will fall apart. She will lose control. The minute she loses control, the minute she will feel that she is useless. Okay? It is catastrophic when things are not going the way I want them to go. I planned for a day out with my friends, and then something happened to interrupt this plan. When we went out, it started to rain. So it is catastrophic. I feel so bad. I can't get the good side of raining or enjoy the rain or change the plan, or instead of going a picnic outside, we go to a mall. It is catastrophic. My mind stops because I didn't get what I want exactly. My unhappiness is not my fault, and this is important, girls. My unhappiness is not my fault. People and events over which I had no control are responsible. I am unhappy. Why are you unhappy? My parents. They are the reason behind my unhappiness. My parents are blamed for everything in my life. They force me to do this. They are the reason for my unhappiness. Actually, when you grow up more, girls, you will get to know more that parents cannot be the reason for your unhappiness. They can be a reason for sadness. You need to make you feel sad. But it is your turn. They acted away in a way. It is your turn to turn this act or this behavior into something which is what makes you a little sad, makes you sad, makes you feel sad, but not the unhappiness life. Okay? Event. I participated in a competition and I lost it. It is the reason for my unhappiness. No, it is a situation. It makes you feel sad. You feel sad. You feel grief when you lose someone you love. You feel unappreciated when you do a work and people do not appreciate you, but not unhappiness. يعني I know girls, especially at your age with this, as we can say, يعني you are heading adulthood, you are crossing, يعني almost 2 years to cross 21, and this, how can I say, this feelings and emotions. They sometimes, especially at girls, they take you in a drama situation, a drama life. I am unhappy. My life is ending. I can't live. I can't bear it anymore. They are the reason behind all my unhappiness. Do you do this or not?
Yes, sometimes when something doesn't happen as you think of it, you're gonna think this way.
Yes. This is called irrational thinking. It means that you're still young, not a wise one. Anytime I encounter something that I fear, I need to be consumed with worries and upset about it. I have a test, so I don't sleep for 2 days. I have a presentation, I don't sleep. I worry, I bite my nails, I cut my hair, I'm so worried. As if my worries will help me solve them. It is easier to avoid life's, this is important, girls, please. It's easier to avoid life's difficulties and responsibilities than to develop a better system for meeting them. So when you find yourself sad, you go to sleep. Why? Why you sleep a lot at your age? You try to avoid life difficulties. So when you face a problem, you go to sleep. You open the Instagram run and you set exploring the Instagram or surfing the net for hours. Why? Distracting your mind. I have a problem. I have a trouble at my home. Maybe God forbid you lost someone you love. So you turn on your mobile and you just keep scrolling for hours. What are you doing? You are avoiding life's problems. You avoid life difficulties and responsibilities. Then develop a better system for meeting them. And instead of avoiding, you should get a system. Change your system for meeting these difficulties. Another one of irrational thinking, my life and the people with whom I work should be changed from the way they are. So I work in this school. Before I come to education school, I was in another school. Of course, I had a problem, or problems there. Of course, no job has no or free out of problems. So whenever I find a problem, I say to them, no, I have to leave this school. I will leave. So I leave. And then I go to another school. And then I find something upsets me there. So I leave. So I go to a third school. Fourth. So what happens? When I change the work environment
You're
every year.
trying to avoid problems.
Instead of avoiding problems, I cope with the problems. I know how to deal with them. I know how to stand in front of them and accept them and get a new way to deal with it. So I guarantee that I keep working in the same place. I do not lose my position. The best I can do for myself is to relax and enjoy life. I'll tell you what, girls. The one who doesn't have a goal in his life, he has an empty life. Okay? He has the money, he can relax, he can stay and doesn't know anything, but this is an empty life. If you look at the richest men in the world, you will find them still working till today. They still work. Why? To fill up their lives. To fill up their lives, to feel alive. A person who just relaxes, who doesn't do anything, he doesn't enjoy life. Okay? Initiation and passivity are the best to maximize my own enjoyment. Passivity is when I don't do anything. It is the same as enjoy life. Or passivity here, what does he mean to say here? To maximize my enjoyment. Do anything to maximize my enjoyment. Okay, so these are examples of irrational thinking. Let's go to so here examples for irrational thinking. Okay, now let's understand what is irrational. Okay, thinking. What is irrational thinking? It is a form of psychological help to change the unrealistic assumptions about oneself and other people. Change the way I think about myself. Change the way I think about others. So Albert Ellis is the scientist or philosopher who believed that people behave in deliberate and rational ways, given their assumptions about life. Emotional problems arise when an individual assumptions are unrealistic. So he says that people behave in a rational way, in a good way, given their assumption about life. So with my pattern, I have my patterns. I live with my patterns. I know that if I say to my friend in the morning, good morning, Miss Anna, and she doesn't reply me, it means that she is upset. Because when I was young, when I do something wrong, my mom, so I wake up in the morning the next day and I say to my mom, good morning, she doesn't reply me. Why? Because she is upset of me because I did something bad yesterday. So this is my pattern. So I grow up in the morning, I said to my friend, good morning, she didn't reply me, I did something bad. My friend doesn't like me anymore. She will not talk to me for 3 days. Maybe your friend hasn't heard you in the first place. So the problem happens when I, as an individual, when I assume something or I imagine something which is unrealistic. My husband is cheating on me. I'm sure. I'm sure. This is unrealistic. So here the problem will happen. So I will go to him. Why? Whom are you talking to? Why are you so busy? Why you leave me alone? Why? So he will reply me in a more aggressive way. So the fight will happen, and maybe we get a big fight. Why? For because of irrational thinking. Because my assumptions are not real. So he gives you here an example about a man who seeks therapy when a woman leaves him. He cannot stand or understand or get the fact that she has rejected him. Oh, so when a woman left him, he's heartbroken, he's sad, he is grieving. Why? Because he has been rejected. She left me. I am rejected. Without her, his life is empty. The life is empty and miserable. Ah, my life is empty. My life is miserable. I can't stand it. He left me. I feel worthless when he leaves me. I loved him so much. I gave him everything I have. I trusted him. Why he left me? Why I am worthless. I don't deserve. I don't worth anything. The problem is in me. I have to get him back. I have to call him again, or I make my friend call him like a spoiled child. So the man or a woman who is left by the one they love, they think that they cannot live their lives anymore. They expect that, even insist that things will always go his way or her way. I loved him. I did everything for him. How can he leave me? Why? So, given this assumption, the only possible explanation for his behavior is that something is dreadfully wrong. There is something dreadfully wrong, either with him or with her. Let's understand more. So, what is wrong in the therapist's view in the man thinking here? The man's thinking of what? When he said, I can't live without her, is she an oxygen? Is she water? You can't live without oxygen or water. So, oxygen and water are your needs. Food and oxygen, your needs. Rather than food and oxygen, it's wants. It's wants. I want her to be with me, not I need her to be with me. I will not die. Yani, who has died because of his beloved one left him? Have you ever heard about someone who has died when someone left him? Grade 12?
Miss, grief can kill you,
Yes.
right?
You can what?
Grief can cause death if you're way too sad for someone's death.
How grief can cause this?
And I just heard it.
Can cause this, that, when you leave yourself to swell into despair. So grief didn't kill you, despair killed you. The way you dealt with grief killed you, not grief. Grief doesn't kill. The way you deal with grief kills you. So when you lose someone you love and you do not understand it, that it is the message of life, and this is what Allah has, this is our fate, all of our, and you, so grieving is something, grieving your emotion of grieving is something, and the way you deal with grief is another thing.
Miss, I just
You
googled
grieve.
it.
Hmm?
I just googled it, and it said grief can cause inflammation that can kill according to new research. grief can cause inflammation that can kill, blah, blah, blah. Study grief depression symptoms, inflammation in the falsely bereaved will appear in an upcoming edition in psychoneurodocrinology.
So, but this is what I'm telling you, dear. So, not everyone who loses a beloved one dies. The way he deals with grief kills him, right?
Yes.
If a father dies, if God forbid a father dies, all of his children will die? No. What will happen? Maybe one of his children get depressed because they cannot deal with this feeling of grief. This is a case when you can say grief killed him, but grief didn't kill him. The way he dealt with grief killed him. So here, when he is left by the one he loves, when I love someone so much and then he leaves me, okay, so I will feel depressed. I don't understand the difference between I need him in my life and I want him in my life. I need him in my life, it's oxygen and water and food. A man cannot survive without these. I want him in my life, I love him. I have feelings for him. So when I say to myself, I cannot live without him, it will take me into a state of grief, a real grief and dismay and depression. Finally, I'll find myself depressed. Why? Because the way of my thinking drove me to depression. But what if I understood that I feel sad? He has left me. But leaving me doesn't mean that I am rejected. We will continue and I will show you more. So when you convince yourself that you need someone, you will in fact be unable to carry on without the person in your life. So when I say to I need him, I cannot live without him. So probably you will not never live without him. Probably. Why? Because this is what you convinced yourself. I love him, I need him, I can't let him go. If he leaves me, I will die. If he leaves me, I can't live. Why, dear? He is not oxygen, he is not water. No one dies when someone leaves him. No one dies, even if he is her husband, and he gives her the finance, supports her financially, emotionally. She doesn't die. We don't die. We feel pain. We feel sad. We feel depressed. We feel unappreciated, but we don't die. So when you tell yourself that I will die, eventually you will never get out of it. So the job of psychiatrist, when you go to him and you tell him I'm dying, he says to you, no, you are not dying. You are passing, or you have a feeling of grief. We understand the feeling, we accept the feeling, and it is your right to cry every night before you sleep. It's your right to cry in the morning. It is your right to cry whenever you don't feel that he is around you and you has lost someone you love or someone has left you. But you accept it, that yes, it happens in life. And yes, I can continue without him because he is not oxygen, he is not water. I can live without him. This is a different way of accepting the same situation. The two girls, look, if you love someone and your friend loves another one, and both of them, they left you on the same day, you kept crying and you said to yourself, I need him, I can't live without him. And she kept crying too. And she said to herself, it is okay, it happens that sometimes the people we love get away with us, and it's not about me, it's not about anything bad I did, even if I make mistakes. So everyone makes mistakes. So look at the way she dealt with her problem and the way you deal with the same problem. Which will get healed faster? So when the therapist search behind the way you cannot live without someone, it is not about that he has left and you want him in your life and the love you feel for. No, it is deep inside. It resembles rejection. This leaving, when my friend is not a friend of mine anymore. She had to know new friends. I feel rejected. I feel rejected. I feel rejection inside. And deep inside, I feel rejection. So when I insist to get him back, I want to get him back. I have to call him. I have to call him. And my friend, no, don't call him. Why? She understand the situation, but you feel rejected. So the problem is not in this boy that he has left. The problem is that you inside feel rejected. So you have to feel to deal with the rejection point, not with that he has left you. So this is what cognitive therapy makes. It makes you understand that the problem is inside of you, not the problem itself. The problem is the way we look at the problem, not the problem itself. It is the way we deal with the patterns of our lives. He left me. I am worthless. I am worthless because I've been left. I've been dumped. I worth nothing. I have to get him back to prove to myself that I am not rejected. So when you get into this part, I have to get him back. I can't live without him. This way you fall apart. You fall apart when you counter rejection. This way you can't live your life. You cry every night for a month. Why? It's not because he has left you. It's because the feeling of rejection you felt. But this is a smart way of thinking. This needs practicing. That's why I told you today is the seed of a big tree of how to change the patterns of our lives. So this kind of faulty thinking is based on unreasonable attitudes, false premises, and rigid rules for behavior. The goal of rational emotive therapy is to correct these false and self-defeating beliefs. Self-defeating beliefs. So I believe I believe in beliefs that self-defeat me. I defeat myself with myself, not others, not the events, not my parents, neither the homework, neither the assignments, nor my friends. So my false beliefs defeat myself. So I defeat myself with my hands. So rejection is unpleasant but not unbearable. The feeling of rejection is unpleasant. I respect that you feel rejected. I respect that you feel grieved. But this is a feeling. This is a feeling which is unpleasant. It makes you cry. It makes you sad. It makes you it makes you cry, it makes you sad, it makes you lose the meanings of life for a time. But you can carry on with your life with this. So you wake up in the morning, you go to school, you meet your friends, you go to a job, maybe talk with a friend about what bothers you, go back home, you live your life. So you can bury it. You can bury this. So a relationship may be desirable, but it is not replaceable. So I want that man in my life because I love that man. I love him. I want him. It is a desire. Okay? What if I don't get this man? Nothing in the world is irreplaceable. We are all irreplaceable. So I will find another one which suits me better. Which suits me better and suits my way of thinking and suits the next phase in my life. So when I tell myself that the feeling, I accept the feeling, I accept it. I'm not telling you to escape this feeling, so you do not go to sleep for days and you cry for days and months, and this is avoiding. No, accept it. I have been left. Yes, he left me. But it's a feeling. I have to accept this feeling that I feel sad because the relationship is ending and it's not going the way I thought it's going to go. But I can bury it. It will pass. It happens. It happens to everyone. It makes me stronger. It makes me selective. It teaches me a lesson. It makes me stronger. Yes, I need this. No, I want this relationship in my life. I want it, not need it. I can live without it. I can replace him with another friend, another girlfriend. I talk to her till I get to stand on my feet again. So it is a period. I'll pass this period of grief and then I stand on my feet again. The period finished. I had a lot, but because I يعني, so no, still need another period on the same topic. So we continue next week, inshallah. I hope you get to know what I want to tell you.
Thank you so much, Miss.
Thank you so much.
This period and the coming period, inshallah, and then on week 31 you'll get a quiz, and then we'll continue. As I'm telling you again, girls, I know people who pay money to get this course, which is called, even ask about it, CBT. It's called CBT. Okay, now you take the seeds, the main principles. It is a wonderful way to understand that all the patterns, to break your patterns of thinking. So I heard about the CBT a year ago. Only 1 year ago I heard about it. You hear about it when you are 18 years old. You are 18, right?
يعني 18,
So
17.
yes, look how great is it.
Yes.
I'm really happy that you get to learn these things in that young age. Okay? See you next week, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Have a
Bye,
nice
Miss.
day.
You too, guys. Bye.